loves coffee. So he has like, the Nespresso machine. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I would never spend money on that. Like these coffees are so expensive. I feel like it's so stupid.
If you talk about money in relationships, it's usually like there's some sort of a problem, and money is causing a problem between people. They're not on the same page, but there isn't enough of celebrating, I think, of progress. And that would help with the shame and the embarrassment that a lot of people feel because they're too afraid to even try to fix their situation, because
Exactly.
they have those feelings.
Exactly. If the only time you ever talk about money is in a negative context, of course you're going to be anxious about money. Of course you're going to be scared about talking about it. It will cause problems for you in your life. So you talked about the relationship thing. If you've only ever talked about money in a negative context and your partner wants to talk to you about money, you're automatically going to put a wall up. You're automatically going to be scared. You're going to be anxious. When in reality, talking about money with your partner can be really fun because it can be planning your lives together. It can be planning your goals, right? If you sat down together, a lot of people think when you talk about money with a partner, it needs to be this angry, you did this and you spent this. And no, like, let's grab a glass of wine. Let's make some dinner. Let's sit down and let's talk about our life goals. And then let's talk about how we can use money to get there.
And more people date online than ever before. I think that your attitude towards money, where you stand, and just in general, should be part of everybody's profile. Like it should be out there, just like a common interest that people may have together. Like I bet you a couple that goes through that why exercise together. I don't know, maybe you've had couples like that in your program, but like that probably can really bring two people together and give them some common purpose and have a new thing that they can have a common, like skiing, for example.
Yes, 100%. And I think a big thing with that too, if anybody's listening to this and they're thinking about having, I call those money dates, but if they're thinking about having a money date with their partner where you sit down and you talk about these things, it's important to remember, like, you're going to have different values than your partner does, and that's okay. For instance, I don't drink coffee. I've never drank coffee. I don't care about coffee. My husband loves coffee. So he has like, the Nespresso machine. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I would never spend money on that. Like these coffees are so expensive. I
Right.
feel like it's so stupid. But I can't put that on him because he values that. He loves that. And it makes him feel happy. Just the same as like, if I spend money on an expensive skin cream, he's never going to come to me and say something because I value beauty and I value cosmetics and whatever it is. So I think what's important is to understand you're never going to value totally the same things, but as long as you are both working towards your shared goals, right? Paying your future self first, living on less than you make, investing early and often, where you spend the rest is irrelevant, and trying to police your partner's spending habits, if they're doing all of those other things, is going to do nothing but put rifts in your relationship.